genocide of the Armenians, and the latest, the assassination of Hrant Dink, in terms of examples how trauma affect us from individual situation, like one person dying in Hrant's case, to genocide where there are thousands and millions of people that are. And I want to take a moment to at least dedicate this presentation to my friend who was shot to death, assassinated by Turkish extremists, for his views of free speech and for his views and courage of identity, where he said, I'm Armenian, but I'm a Turkish citizen, for which he was tried and judged and harassed because according to Article 301, that's insulting Turkishness, which my computer always...
Like her friend Hrant Dink, Dr. Ani Kalajian is an Armenian living in diaspora. Mr. Dink was an outspoken human rights activist, using his role as editor, journalist, and columnist for the Turkish Armenian newspaper Argos to spread the word. Whereas Mr. Dink was born and lived in Turkey, Dr. Kalajian was born in Syria. And while in Syria, she had a discussion with other members of the Syrian Armenian Club.
America has to move according to this school. I mean the extreme right.
Right.
So they have to dominate the oil. The 75% of the strategic reserve is in this area. Between Saudi Arabia, Iraq, and the Gulf. Okay? So they can prevent the high price, the low prices in the markets that China and India and elsewhere are. If you want to make their goods become more expensive in the future, or you want to control the industry, you have to control the main source of that industry. And I believe if the American army withdraws now, be a big civil war.
Yes, a big chaos.
It will be a chaos. I believe so. But the Israelis want that chaos to happen.
And you know what the majority said is the solution? Because I asked them, okay, if you had the power, if they make bargain, just imagine that you can change the world. How would you go about it? It's a master aveli hamma betke Gandhi bes, Martin Luther King bes, anak meg bes, Michin Arabeti Arabnere Irar gaveli. Asimor letsu Michin Arabeti Ushga hos. Asin Arabnere yete nan anak meg unenan hos. Sevor arans grivi, arans terrorismi, arans baitetsinelu. Yegek miyanam. Let's get together without force, non-violence. Adam gevoligi. Rujumla katnavi. Ade vor idem desen vor betke aysitan amtatarnan vor telere de tashkin betke chitziken vor telere tashkin yet idem ujera kokoiteren to be more united. I seen yes bezikutenen I seen inzi chegen arer magan vor more America vor katsiksen let's un arabka so I can proclaim the event we can. We need to even some was the resource never was in. The oil is here. You can do everything. Just you have to get your head and heart and gut together. Amen mega darpera sazik bes tajnavaze. Antin mech yev collective kaotin mech. Amen mega ni is sen kairen arne. Tekiyanin arne gas pajanum nere. որովհետև as բանը, այսին spiritual կամ հոգեգան, ոգեգան as կարևոր է որ միասնականությամբ նախանցելով իրարու հետ թոնատի դնես որ great, ես ալասի դնեմ, միասին գլա ամեն տեսակ, ակթոնաս տեսակը դնես, մադին ամեն մեկ, ծերտին ամեն մեկ մադները դարբեր են. It's important, everyone has everything, every single finger has a function. Ասի գարջի ես ելում ույսը բիչը չէ, ես երգար եմ, թեր եմ, մեծ եմ, ես գիշխեմ, մեջտեղին եմ. You have to think that how we can all work together.
The Umayyad Mosque, or more commonly referred to as the Grand Mosque of Damascus, is one of the largest and oldest mosques in the world. Contrary to Western misconceptions about Islam, Muslims consider as prophets many of the figures considered prophets by Christians. Just as Christians hold as prophets many of those considered prophets by Jews. In fact, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam are considered part of the Abrahamic religion, as all three of them claim Abraham as part of their history. Both Moses and Jesus are considered prophets in Islam. The Grand Mosque of Damascus serves as a symbol of this truism, as within its structure there is a shrine that is said to contain the head of John the Baptist, a prophet in both Islam and Christianity. So what better place to engage in a discussion on comparative theology?
Yes. Jesus' disciple asked him, how many times shall I forgive my brother? And he said, 70 times 7. Is there anything like that about forgiveness in the Quran?
Well, it is one of the very important subjects in Islam is tolerance. Tolerance with all people, whether Muslims or non-Muslims.
Yes.
You know, so we are as a human, we need and we should be tolerant with each other. If we forgive each other, no problem.
Is there anything like in Judaism?
Yes.
There's emphasized that God is the one really forgives, but if there is need for forgiveness, there must be justice with forgiveness.
Yes.
It's not like the Christianity.
Yes.
Christianity says, just
yes.
if they hit you here, turn the other face.
Yes.
Now, is there anything like that, like specific in the Quran?
I think in Islam it is the same as Christian. Peace.
Can you give me like a quotation? I lecture on this, that's my topic.
هي أستاذ البروفيسور الإنصاف السؤال إنه التسامح عند المسيحية مو بالضرورة يكون مرتبط مع الحق. إنه حتى لو
قل حق
عرفت كيف حتى لو ما نوع على حق سامحه.
صح.
في شيء مماثل بالإسلام
طبعا. The career of Prophet Muhammad is all the same. He never gets angry with people. He only gets angry with the religion, with Allah only. يعني كان الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم إنه ما يزعل من حدا لو آذوه. لكن بس
شيء بالقرآن
بس طبعا
كلام
لا حتى هو زيادة من عنده يعني إنه حتى لما كانوا يقدروا يقتلوه كذا مرة حاولوا يقتلوه وبالأخير لما صار قوي عفى عنه. فقال له رب العالمين إنك على خلق عظيم.
He says that even the Prophet Muhammad, when they tried to kill him, when I guess he was weak at a certain time, but when he became stronger and he could probably punish them, he forgave people who tried to kill him.
Yes. And God said
God
to him,
told him that you did a good deed.
Yes. And also God asked him, if you want, I can make the 2 mountains on them.
Yes,
He said,
I saw
no,
that
I
one.
don't like this because maybe one of them would say, La ilaha illallah. And he was a very good
believer.
Yes.
He
And he was very good
become a
human.
To save
So
him.
this is the best example of tolerance without justice.
www.meaningfulworld.com ադե, ուրեմն մենք դա
Ինչ է այս կազմակերպության նպատակը։
նպատակը, որ աշխարհի մեջ աս պատերազմներու եւ իրար մերցնելու վերջ կա եւ սերով եւ իրարու հարգելով եւ իրարու ներելով իմաստալից աշխարհ մշ
Աս է նպատակը։
Այո։
Դեպի այս ուղղությամբ կաշխատի։
Այո, համաշխարհային է։
Այո, համաշխարհային անդամներ ունի կամ կանի կազմակերպություններ։